the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims Platinum Division. Mosaic with the fat shatter coming in. That's 1, 2. Make it another. That's a quadruple, folks. They can send it in the Diva Bomb. Quadruple kill! Comes the Nano Drime Mew Mew Kitty doing work. Ooh, somebody give me a clothespin. That was a stinky play. Onbreaker with the fat shatter, leaning up the payload. It is cleaning up the backline. Healers down. Tanks are down. DPS down. Nice break on the devil herself. That's 2. Reaper trying to get away, but no bueno. Getting into that backline, trying to keep them from pushing in. I have to say, Tinsey's Winston does not monkey around.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Alitzi, and I'm here tonight in the Forst vs Monarch game. I'm joined by Lautrax. How are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, and here we are for the Lich King Classic, watching Forst v Monarch. They are going to be Jagless, though, so that's going to be different here without their team captain.
That's right. I haven't actually been able to have the privilege of watching these teams play against each other yet, so I am incredibly excited. I hear that this is one of the oldest rivals, if not the oldest rivalry in the Platinum Division, possibly in the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. So this is going to be great to watch. We're going to be starting on Horizon Lunar Colony, the classic 2CP map that everybody loves.
I love it. You say it with so much conviction, and all.
I like it. I think I'm the only one.
Well, no, you're not the only. I enjoy it too, but there's like a collective groan from the Overwatch community. It's just, I think it's, I don't know. I feel like it's deathly underrated, but
I mean 2CP in general is hated quite a bit, but we're going to move beyond that. So let's talk about what we're going to be expecting this game. I was hearing some good things from you from Sickfoch.
Yes, Sickfoch is an incredible DPS. The thing that Frost is really going to have to work up against is the combination of Eternal and Sickfoch. Now, granted, yes, the rest of the team does do the work, but when you do have a DPS or a pair of DPS that are just incredibly ruthless, it's hard to beat. So it's really up to Frost to really determine if they're going to be able to match the DPS intensity and then the positioning of the tanks. So I mean that's really where the challenge is going to be.
That's right, and Voltage B bringing up a good point in the chat. Here's how I view 2CP. Longer games mean more kills. And that is what you expect to see out of a 2CP map, is sometimes that long hold right at the end of the second point. The defending team is just throwing people on there, trying to keep it up, and it's up to the people on the attack to set up a really good front line to be able to deal with all of those people coming in. So we're going to be watching the heroes select, see what the people are going to be getting once that goes through in about 30 seconds. But normally, what you see on this map is on defense, some sort of high ground setup. Sometimes you may even see something like a Torbjorn, something like that, but usually something like an Orisa as your tank, or a Reinhardt sitting up in that high ground. And then you usually see either a very tanky composition with a Lucio or something to move a large number of bodies around the edge and to the point, or you may see a more mobile composition like a Winston to jet up onto that high ground.
Yeah, the high ground superiority is going to be extremely key, and I feel like it's something that a lot of people don't necessarily. Well, hold on, let me rephrase. I think it's something that a lot of people mainly focus on. There's so many twists and turns here in Horizon Lunar Colony, specifically since their last patch of this map, that really it's map presence, not just the high ground. Being able to control and being able to use every little nook and cranny to your advantage is extremely important.
That's right, and one thing that's going to be pretty interesting to see here is that Eternal is going to be on the Doomfist and Sickfoch on the Hanzo. Now, Doomfist isn't something we see a whole lot, but we do know he's incredibly powerful, even though he was nerfed not too long ago. We're seeing some long-range DPS on the side of Frost as well on their defense. Let's see how this plays out. Right now, they're just exchanging blows.
Looks like they're taking up the high ground.
And Eternal, they're just trying to get in there. There's the Doomfist. Eternal trying to take out Rithgal, but he is going to survive for now, as Doomfist Eternal is going to be rushing onto the point, but he is taken out by Krosky. But Pyranicos was able to even it up, so we're going to have to be watching that, but he's knocked off of the point for now. This is looking good for Frost's Monarch. They're trying to get back onto the point. And now, as they're just falling back into the corner, a stun on Pyranicos is going to mean that he is going to fall. And without an anchor tank, will Mythical be able to take the point? But now Dawnbreaker has fallen to the riddle here. And Eternal using that Doomfist mobility to get back onto the point incredibly quickly, just as poor Krosky is trying to contest the point for as long as he can, using that wall ride, using those technological ice skates as they try to take back this point. But with one tick gone, there is a pretty good chance that Eternal will be able to take it the rest of the way. And Max, he's going to fall, but it looks like Frost is going to give it up.
Incredible work there from Eternal, getting into that back line, making it really difficult for Frost to really figure themselves out. Krosky really coming in clutch, trying to go in for the save, but it really wasn't enough. The trickle was coming in just a little.
And you'd think that with that great stagger that they got there on the two enemy DPS, that they'd be getting it a little bit faster, but they are here now. Pinky with the high noon wasn't able to catch anyone thanks to Sycon's great break it down barrier there, but for now, it looks like Monarch is going to do a great job of cleaning up this point. There is the Meteor Strike taking out Rithgal. There is the Graviton Surge, though, and with the Dragon coming in, this could be the end. There it is! Krosky getting a triple kill on his boop to clean up the Monarch attack, and that is going to be it for this push.
incredible work there from the Zarya and the Hanzo. I mean, it's a standard attack, but incredibly effective in terms of cleaning out, especially since Sycon had already popped his berry.
That's right. I mean, that is a great defensive ultimate, and you save it from one thing, then they're just going to use it for another. And it looks like they're just going to be rushing onto the point there. They managed to get on there. Rithikal is going to fall, but Pinky is on the Doomfist. He's doing great work to the back line. He's going to be staying alive, and he's going to be punching back onto the point, and he's going to survive with a hammer down onto the team of Mythical. And they are going to be broken up just a little bit, but it seems like Frost, they're doing a good job of staying alive. There is Eternal falling to the fist of Pinky as they push back and try to get a good stagger onto the enemy team. Pinky, though, he's rushed in quite a bit, and oh, the Riddle just barely staying alive and is actually going to kill Pinky.
Oof. This could be very detrimental. Very positive work here from Pinky, managing to keep it to a 5v6, or bring it back to a 5v5, but if they don't make anything happen at this point, this could get...
And Eternal with the Meteor Strike to take out Epic Center. And now the question is, will they be able to get back onto the point? Sigfox using the Dragons to zone off Frost as they try to get onto the point, and an anti-nade, and the Diva will secure the kill onto Dawnbreaker. There's the Nano Boost coming out onto Paranicos. He's swinging away at Borokroki. He's able to get away, but it seems like Mythical are going to be able to do a lot of damage onto the point. But Pinky is able to use the Meteor Strike, but he's not going to be able to contest the point with it, and that is going to be a full take from the side of Monarch.
Incredible work there. Like I said, the DPS were exactly where they needed to be. Eternal was an extreme pest, really getting into that backline, taking care of the supports, mainly that Ana. Rithikal was having a really tough time dealing with Eternal, and honestly, it's exactly what you want from a really strong flanker DPS. I feel as though, you know, Pinky was doing an incredible job in his own right. Unfortunately, once they got that early pick, Monarch knew exactly what they had and what they needed to go, so they just charged right in, forced the 5v6, and in forcing that 5v6 situation, it's far easier for them to really take over and gain that point presence that Frost was just having a tough time maintaining.
It seems like they also had some issues with contesting the point in multiple instances there during the fight. Monarch ended up being able to get one tick onto the first point, and also right at the end we saw that although people on the side of Frost were alive, namely Pinky on the Doomfist, they weren't able to contest the point any further, and so Monarch were able to take it all the way to the end with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left, which is nothing to scoff at. So now we're going to have a look and see how they're going to be setting up their defense. Looks like Eternal is going to be staying on the Doomfist, but Sigfox is going to be using the Junkrat, using that high ground to his advantage.
So very, very important that he stays up at the top, being able to rain damage on down. It's going to be big for them to really get in and land those first picks. And here comes red over blue right now, and Frost is going to have an issue.
That's right, with Dawnbreaker charging through the enemy team, he was not able to shield him, but honestly, they had already died. It's really difficult to get up through that staircase there against a Junkrat and not take just an insane amount of damage. He's able to bounce those grenades around in there. So it seems like Frost is going to have to adjust their strategy a little bit.
They're going to have to figure out what's the proper way to get in there. They've got a lot of damage coming in. Sigfox is going to be able to rain things down. And with Eternal having a lot of presence in the background, it could be dangerous for the supports if they don't realize where they need to be.
And it looks like their answer to this is going to be the Pharmacy, since there are no real hit scans to deal with them. And because that Epic Center is going to be able to take out Eternal, with ease, and he's going to be contesting the high ground here. He's going to be looking for any more kills, and Frost is now on the point. They have gotten the first tick and now looking for the second one. Tyrannicos rushing in, using that bubble for protection, and Sigfoch with the double with his tire. And although Dawnbreaker charged the enemy Zarya, Riddle was able to use his bubble to stay alive. And Frost, it seems like they are routed. They're trying to get away. Pinky, he's trapped a little bit as he's trying to duel and maybe get out to take a kill on his way. He is going to be able to escape with his life. And Frost, although they were able to take one tick on that, they're going to have to look for 2 more.
See, this is where I really enjoy good junk rat play. Because that's the thing, a lot of people want to use that rib tire offensively, but it's great for stopping momentum, and here comes the ultimate.
And that is going to be Frost routed yet again with a great Graviton Surge, being able to essentially wipe out Monarch. But with it seems to be like a 3v3 right now. Pinky with that high noon onto Eternal, who, like chat wanted, is playing Widowmaker. It is now just Tyrannicos defending the point, but oh no, never mind. Psycon with a Transcendence, just using it to contest, try and give his team time to get there and support them. There's the Coalescence, but the hammer down stops it, and Grosky is going to get charged all the way into the wall, while the Riddle is making sure that the point stays contested. He is going to stay alive for now, even though Pinky was trying to unload into him. But Grosky is going to get revived. Riddle, he's going to fall to the flashbang. Ban the hammer combo from Pinky. There is justice raining down onto Monarch as they are dead. And Yuki trying to survive, Yixi rather, but he is going to fall. And now Eternal, he's just trying to get out, and Psycon as well. And that is going to be a pretty devastating stagger. Will Frost be able to capitalize on that?
Incredible work there. I have to give it though to Monarch, able to hold it off for quite a bit, trying to stagger off as much as possible. But with Epic Center as the Pharah, there's a lot of damage coming in. Here comes the ultimate, fire in the hole, and this could end up negative.
He just sat there and waited to make sure that the defense matrix would not be up, and Frost is going to be able to just rush onto the point. They're staying here. Dawnbreaker, he's back up thanks to that Widowmaker. Yixi is trying to use that Biotic Grenade, give him a little bit more sustain and contest the point. Eternal is trying to do it as well. He's not able to do it, but there is Tyrannicos on the Wrecking Ball with the big knockups there. He's trying to do something. He's spinning around, but he's not able to get the momentum he needs to deal damage. So he's really just not, he's just kind of spinning around the point. There is another knockup, but a great shield from Dawnbreaker. He's going to make sure that his team stays alive. Oh, the Earth Shatter was just not timed quite right to knock Sigfoch down, but he would still died, wasn't able to sustain any more on the point, and now Frost is going to be taking it.
Incredible work there from Frost, recognizing the late picks that they happen to have. Eternal and Psycon in a very bad spot, could not retreat on time. With Psycon getting taken out extremely early, I gotta give it to Frost for understanding their win condition, realizing, all right, it's a 5v6, we need to get in there, assert dominance, and really that's what they did. Great use of ultimate, Epic Center really taking the skies, making it really difficult for anyone in Monarch to make their way in. And it was great use of ultimate, great use of positioning. Frost, well done. Got to keep it up, though. It is still not the end of the fight. They've got a lot of time on both ends, and Frost will be going in for that first push.
So Monarch does have a little bit more time on their hands, just an extra 20 seconds, or technically 19 seconds. But so really this is more even than it may look. So we've seen some great stuff there, and absolutely dealing with those staggers is incredibly important. Whenever you stagger out an enemy team, knowing that now you have the fight in your advantage and just rushing forward, getting on the point and contesting it, that is incredibly important. So now it looks like we're going to be seeing a dive composition from the side of Frost on this next attack.
That could be exactly what they need with Epic Center as the Pharah, but Eternal switching over to the McCree. I mean, it could be detrimental. It could be everything they need. It's really up to Pinky to see if maybe he can kind of keep him at bay. But who's to say, especially if Sigfoch is going to be able to hit those shots.
Absolutely, this is going to be really difficult for Epic Center. Has to play very, very carefully in order to survive that McCree. Make sure that he's able to use that. And oh no, Dawnbreaker is going to fall to Eternal, and that is the revive used. But Eternal's going to pick out another. And then Sigfosh taking out Kroski. Frost is not looking hot right now as Pinky falls to Eternal. Yet again, Eternal is popping off on this McCree. Will Rithka be able to survive? Looks like he will. And he's going to be going back behind the corner waiting for his team. The question is, are they going to continue with this dive composition? It looks so.
They've got to assert that dominance. They do have the Lucio. They can close distance, but they can't play a poke battle. At this point, trying to play a poke battle against both a McCree and a Hanzo is an extremely losing battle. They've got to rush in, they've got to get their key picks, and they've got to...
Especially when you have a Winston as your shield tank, since there isn't a consistent barrier to hide behind, only this more conditional one. But now they're going to be able to get onto the point as Eternal burns the high noon, so he will not have that for this next fight. There's the Valkyrie popping out to try and keep Frost alive. Yixi is going to fall, and so will Eternal. And the rest of the team, they're just trying to survive, but Kroski is able to pick up a kill. There are the Dragons from the side of Sigfosh, but they're not going to get anybody. As Sigfosh dies to Pinky, Psychon and Paranicos is able to pick up 2, but this is Frost winning this fight with the final kills onto the tanks, and they are going to be able to take this point.
Incredible work there. They got onto the point, and honestly, Monarch just did not know how to really readjust. They didn't rotate properly, so when they started getting into the fight, they lost Yixi dang near immediately. Getting rid of your main healer is an extremely tough situation to try to win in, so incredible done here by Frost.
Absolutely, and now we're back to the poke battle, and with that Reinhardt shield, is able to keep up, and you see the entire team of Monarch hiding behind that shield, using it to their advantage, and Frost is going to have to find a way to either get past it or break around it. With Eternal, he is hiding right behind that door, is able to put out the flashbang, but not enough damage to take out anybody on Frost. So Frost, they're now going along the left side to try and force the enemy team off of the high ground. Sigfosh is down there. Will they recognize that? Will they be able to jump on top of him? Looks like no. Epic Center is going to fall to Yixi. Erythrigal is going to burn the revive to bring it back up, and the Graviton Surge not actually killing anyone, even though it caught 3, because Dawnbreaker used that ultimate to stay alive, and Max used the nuke to try and zone off some areas. Well, there is the rocket barrage. It's only going to be catching the Riddle as Sigfosh takes him down, and Saigon takes out Pinky as well. So this isn't looking great for the side of Frost, as Rithgal and Max seem to be pretty much the only ones alive, and they are going to fall. Max, he's just being stalled out, and that is going to be a pretty devastating stagger and a failed offense on the side of Frost.
They could have made it. They had the chops. It was the final bits of the execution. The fact that Psychon kept Sigfosh alive, I mean, they had negated so many ultimates. Eternal getting knocked out before he could really pull the trigger. That made it, that was extremely heartbreaking. But ultimately, it was that double defense that really kept the dream alive.
Absolutely, and now Frost, they don't have any ultimates for this offense, and they're going up against 3. It's going to be very, very difficult. Pinky, he's on the back line trying to find something. There isn't much time left. The hammer down, catching 2. Kroski, he's going to fall, and the nano boost comes through onto Paranicos as he swings through the enemy team, taking out 2 more and getting Dawnbreaker in the end as well. Overtime is running out. Max, he's trying to keep the overtime timer going, but he is going to fall as well, and nobody on Frost is going to be able to make it. That is a no-tick point B defense for Monarch.
I mean, it was really hard for them to really lose that point. 3 to 4 ultimates available to none. I mean, Frost really had nothing that they could really do. They had 10 seconds left on the clock. They had to get in there, and unfortunately, when you have a nano-boosted Reinhardt, it becomes really, really deadly, especially if he does happen to have his hammer down, which he did, took out Kroski immediately. I mean, incredible work there by Monarch, not putting anything to waste, really using everything quickly, fast, and just with intense power. So, I mean, it's really going to be on Frost for this next phase. They have got to hold it. If they really, really want to get this win, they've got to really read Monarch and just adjust to what they're going to want. Now, Tyrannicos has been playing that Reinhardt religiously this entire time, so if they can find some way to counter it, which right now it looks like they're going for the goats, man. They are going for the goats.
That is pretty classic, but we are going to see Pinky on the Ashe to try and counter that. She does do a lot of damage, especially to groups using that dynamite, and also having Epic Sinner on the Junkrat will be a boon to that as well. So the question is, will they be able to pull off this high ground defense? So let's see if they can put out enough damage against this Goats. And now, here's the rush onto the point for Monarch. They're just trying to stay barriered and get onto the point, but Yixi is going to fall to Pinky, and Pinky taking out Psychon as well. That's 2 of the 3 supports gone for the side of Monarch, and there is Tyrannicos. He's going to fall. This looks like a pretty good defense from the side of Frost as they take out the final members of Monarch and have that great defensive hold.
It's as you said, that Ashe was going to do a lot of damage. Throwing in the dynamite immediately, getting a few, and getting that quick pick on the Lucio, oh my goodness, was just incredibly devastating. They really didn't have much of an option there.
Absolutely, and Eternal was stalled out for so long there. He's still on the respawn timer. And while his team is grouping up and waiting for him, they managed to burn out a whole mech call right there. That was pretty devastating for the side of Monarch, as they have to just wait for those extra precious seconds for their teammate to come back to them. And now looks like they're going to be setting up this offense again, as this time they're going to be looking to go up through the stairway. But with that Junkrat there, will they be able to do it? Looks like they have gotten up to the wall, but that dynamite coming out, and there is Bob knocking out the enemy team. Pinky also getting a kill with the coach gun, and Epics are just putting out so much damage into that staircase as the Goats comp is failing. I mean, people always complain about Goats, but Goats is not the end-all, be-all, and Frost is showing that right here.
Being able to use Pinky's Ashe incredibly well, taking out Sick Foch on the Brigitte, and then just Epic Sinner raining damage in. Just incredible work here by Frost. Great movement, and Dawnbreaker at the forefront, really, really helping the team dictate where they're going to move and how they're going to do it. This could be a definite hold if they can keep this up.
And Pinky is doing a great job, and also he's wearing a skin that's appropriate to his name, wearing that Wang Zhao Spark skin, and that is going to be a missed dynamite. And now Monarch is able to get onto the point now finally, but there's the tire coming in. It's going to pick out Psychon, as now Frost, they're looking to contest this point and take it. Dawnbreaker's right in the middle. He's going to block the hammer down, and he's going to return one of his own. And with the Graviton Surge there to secure it as well, will they be able to do it? Frost right now, not a single tick has been taken on their point as Tyrannicos falls to the Coalescence Orb. And now it's just Eternal left on the Diva yet again, as Krosky's chasing after him, and they're just trying to stall him out, and they are going to be able to pull that off. With only a minute remaining, there is not much left for Monarch to do.
Oh, that was incredible work here. It just nutty to see Dawnbreaker tossed up into the air, gets into that back line. I mean, this could be it. With 40 seconds left onto the clock, right now Monarch has got to make something work, and it doesn't seem like they've got a winning formula.
And with Sick Foch falling to Pinky, it looks like they're going back to their original thing, but Bob is there. Max, he's dealing out a lot of damage as well, and the Graviton Surge is going to come out from the side of Monarch, but it's not going to be doing much as Pinky picks up another kill, and they're just holding this staircase right here, trying to keep it with Max and Pinky in the back, just dealing out damage with this pincher formation. There's not much left. Tyrannicos, he's taking damage. He can only shield from one direction. He is going to fall as Monarch is trying to get onto the point, trying to contest the Eternal. He's going to be able to do it and trigger the overtime, but will Monarch be able to do it? Psychon and Sick Foch, they're trying to just do as much as they can, but they are going to get pushed off the point for now. Now the barrier coming out to try and keep Riddle alive, but he is still going to fall, and now he's in Baby Diva form. There's the hammer down to secure the kills, and Pinky popping off right now. There is the tire, but it is going to be killed by Peranicos, but the Coalescence is here to try to secure anything else, and that is going to be the game. Frost wins with a full hold.
Incredible work here from Frost, not giving Monarch any bit of space towards that last bit. Now, Peranicos was playing incredibly well. This was the last offensive push that Frost had. So this is where we were going, that they had all these ultimates online. Frost had nothing really at the end of this. But to be quite honest with you, I was very, very impressed, predominantly with Pinky. Pinky really using those dynamites to just land all of this damage on so many people at once, and then allowing Dawnbreaker really to get that damage in. It was just incredible work, good teamwork, and I would imagine just a lot of communication. So well done, Frost, but there's still a lot of games to go on tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, losing on a 2CP map, that's not the end of the world. A lot of teams struggle on 2CP. And so we're going to be looking at our next map now. Looks like it's going to be Watchpoint Gibraltar, which is very, very fun to watch and play on. So we're just going to have to, I'm pretty sure it looks like that is going to be the one. But yeah, that was a great play. I'm really impressed with Pinky as well, popping off so hard on that Ashe, doing a great job. I mean, Ashe, she really does do well against that Goats comp, because that dynamite is able to put out a pretty considerable amount of damage to a large area, but it is a very skill-based ability. It's not something that you can just throw and have do a lot of damage. Being able to shoot it in the air to proc it at the right time, and also the arc of the throw, understanding that, knowing what angle you need to be throwing at in order to get it over the Reinhardt shield, or aiming ahead to make sure it lands on a team that is moving very quickly. Pinky was doing great on all counts there. And also, Monarch was doing a great job. I mean, Peranicos on the Reinhardt was just so aggressive there and was able to do quite a bit. But in the end, his team just wasn't quite able to follow up on some of his plays. Sickfotch was doing incredibly well, but it seems like Frost did a good job of figuring out how he was playing and working around him. So now it looks like there is going to be some trades. Peranicos is going to be swapped out for Brave Hurry, and it looks like there was one on Frost as well.
Yeah, it's going to be Max for Astrin, formerly known as Exotic Noob, which I literally just found that out prior to even starting the game. So they're going to be changing it up a little bit. Now, Bravery, for those of you who have seen him before, Bravery is, comes from Titans, is a very aggressive Reinhardt, very powerful tank. So, is that going to change it from Peranicos' style? I think that may be the shift, but it's hard to say. Because I feel like having a Reinhardt in the way that they adjust and the way that they can charge in, or really just look to the kinks in the enemy armor. I mean, it's very, very specific as to where you're going and how you're going to get there. So maybe their playstyles might really change the flow of how this battle's going to come.
Absolutely. So now we're just going to have to wait a little bit to see what these teams are going to be running. And also, one thing I would like to say is that Watchpoint Gibraltar is a map where we can see some other tanks. Sometimes we do see like an Orisa on the defense, although she isn't too great right now. And also sometimes we see the Winston on the offense. We do see dive comps every once in a while, and it looks like that is actually what we will be seeing on the side of Monarch. They're running Brave Hurry on the Winston, try and get that little bit of extra mobility in their team. Whereas we're seeing a more standard long-range damage composition on the side of Frost here. Although Krosky is going to stay on Lucio, which he was doing incredibly well on in that last game, so it's not a real surprise to see him staying on that. So one thing that is going to be interesting, we're going to be seeing Epic Sinner on the Widowmaker as this match plays out.
I've been really happy seeing more Lucios recently, specifically for dropping the beat. Using that barrier at the appropriate times can really save a team. You no longer can believe in the Mercy res. You have to be very conservative on that. And I like how these teams are really recognizing how how important it is whenever a massive ult is coming.
So, I mean, just keeping your team alive. Ults are incredibly powerful in this game. But now it looks like Bravery, he's rushing in, but he's taking a lot of damage, but he's just barely going to survive for now. His team heals him back up. And now everyone's going to stay alive, and they're just going to all fall back while the payload is pushed up. But now Frost has lost the high ground, and they're going to be looking for something to run on. And the deflect from Eternal is going to take out Epic Sinner. And now Eternal, he's just rushing into the backline, trying to deal something. And Brave Hurry is there to help him. He's rushing into the enemy team, jumping in there, and they're going to be able to take out Rithical with the main healer down, and with their off healer down as well. Frost is going to have to fall back, but they are not giving up. Monarch is just going in, trying to take out as many as they can, but that is going to be Brave Hurry's life. But so is Dawnbreaker. And if they just got on the point, they'd have it already. There it is. Monarch taking the first checkpoint on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Incredible work there from Monarch. They cleaved the team in two, rendering the healer and one of the DPS on the flank, taking them out, and then the tanks were really just left. They didn't really have much to do. They could left click W, but there's only so much that can happen when you don't have any healing.
And now the fights are back up here again. Monarch is not backing off. They're just going into the enemy team. And there is the Genji Nano Blade taking out Pinky while he was using his High Noon. Brave Hurry, he's trying to get away. He is anti-nated. He is taking a lot of damage. And he is going to fall to Astrid. But that is not the end for Monarch. They are doing very well in this fight. And they are able to push Frost back into the doors. And now they are able to push the payload up pretty far as this fight continues. Eternal is not getting up. That is going to be a flash deflect. And with the nuke coming out, is going to try and zone Monarch off. Dawnbreaker, he's separated from his team, but the hammer down, taking out, stunning 3 people on the side of Monarch. Dawnbreaker is just rushing in, trying to do so much, and that is going to open up the enemy team, and they're going to be able to secure this hold for now. Epic Sitter is doing great work on the Reaper here as well. That is a great counter to a Winston, especially with a McCree, and they are going to be able to hold this second checkpoint.
We can't forget that Reaper recently just got a buff where he is incredibly tanky now, so long as there is a tank for him to shoot. And honestly, having a Winston chip into the backline, it's very tasty for someone who is a Reaper main to really just farm as much health as
I mean, you just start clicking on the enemy tanks, and you will heal up. He also has that fantastic Lubu skin. And Brave Hurry falling to Dawnbreaker, tried to jump in, but was not expecting the hammer. And there is the Death Blossom going to be securing this defense. That was a great hold from Frost.
Incredible work there. I think it might have been just a little bit too much to have Epic Center pop in the ultimate. He really only got credit for about 1 kill. But that being said, the movement right now from Frost is incredible. They are not staying in what they feel might be a losing fight. They readjust and try to get the enemy team into a position where they are a little bit more comfortable.
And they have 4 ults to their name on this defense here, and Nuke is going to be coming up soon as well, but Pinky going to fall. It did not have much help when he was up on that high ground. You know, you can't really defend up there as a Reinhardt. So now with Brave Hurry jumping in, will they be able to do it? There is the Sound Barrier coming out, and the Earth Shatter from Dawnbreaker rather, catching some people, but it's not going to be enough to secure any kills. There's the nuke coming out. Riddle picking up 2 kills though without the nuke, and now it's the High Noon coming out from Pinky. He is behind the enemy team, but he is going to die. A great response there from the side of Frost, or rather from the side of Monarch, to deal with that Astron. He's trying to hold the point the best he can, but he is now in mini diva form, so he will not be able to hold it any longer, and that is going to be the second checkpoint taken for Monarch.
It could have been a big one, but I think Astron popped it a little bit too much to the left, and the rest of Monarch actually managed to get out of the way just in time. Incredible work there from Monarch, getting the stagger, and unfortunately Pinky not being able to get that ultimate out. It was just hard. You know, they may have lost the mech, but Eternal was able to clean up, and that was really it for the end of that push.
And it looks like now Pinky is going to be on the Doomfist in this more narrow area, but he is missing the punch, not able for it to connect, and so there Monarch is able to push the point up all the way to this corner. The nuke ended up landing on the bridge, and so it was not able to kill anybody in Frost. It is just a mesh of red and blue on the point. Astron is able to take out Brave Hurry, but Dawnbreaker is also down, so no main tank for either team. Pinky, though, just rushing and able to take out Yixi, and that is going to be a good hold from Frost.
I gotta give it to Frost. For the start of that fight, they actually backed up. They gave up the point. They realized that the trickle was not going to be enough for them, and honestly, having Pinky as the Doomfist, being able to take out 2, was incredible work. But they've got to keep it up with 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. They really have to secure this point, and they've got to be careful not to let their background stay.
So Frost, 4 of them were set up on the high ground, but they had none of their supports there. The supports were instead on the back line, and so Monarch was rushed in onto those and was able to take out one of them, but Broski, he's alive for now. He's actually going to die, but it looks like a good defense so far as Astron picks up a kill using his nuke, and Monarch is pushing it up just a little bit further. Astron, he's trying to contest, and now Dawnbreaker, he is back, able to put down that bubble for his team. There are 2 ultimates, the Primal Rage and the Meteor Strike. Meteor Strike ended up landing on Braveheart. He is just barely going to survive for now. He's going to be healed up just a little bit. Sickbotch is incredibly low on the Tracer. He's going to survive as well. And there is Eternal falling to Pinky on the Doomfist. And now he's looking for something else, but he's going to cancel the punch to make sure he doesn't get picked out by being a little bit too over-aggressive. Eternal is going to switch onto the Sombra to try and deal with this great defense here and try to shut down Pinky on the Doomfist. And also, we're going to be seeing Sickbotch on the far as the fight continues again. So here, Dawnbreaker is dealing a lot of damage on CM18, but Pinky is going to fall thanks to the hack. But Brave Hurry falls as well. With no main tank, Monarch is trying to look for an opening, and there is the nuke, but it's not going to find anybody. And Brave Hurry, he's just there. He's dealing a lot of damage. He's protecting his team quite a bit. He's able to secure this front line, and Asher using the defense phase to keep his team alive. Sickbotch isn't going to be contested too much. The only one who could really help damage him is the Moira. Pinky, he is hacked. Will he be able to get out of there alive? Looks like he isn't, and we're going to be getting another fight as Monarch is rushing up to the point with just 20 seconds left on the clock. They're looking to push this to the end. They have to stay on the point to make sure that they have it. And there is the nuke from the side of Astron. Astron manages to take out Yixi. No main healer for the side of Monarch. Sickbotch, though, able to take out Epic Center, but is going to fall to Pinky, who has now switched over to McCree. The barrier has come out and is going to keep Monarch alive for a little while longer. The EMP is up as well, the Nano Boost and the Rocket Barrage. There it is, the EMP. And it looks like Frost is able to survive it for now. Epic Center is going to use his ultimate, but is only going to catch Psycon. Looks like Frost is able to set up a pretty good front line here. Epic Center picking up 1, 2, and there is the Nano Boost to try and keep Diva alive, and the Rocket Barrage is going to take out Kroski, but now Sickbotch is going to fall to Pinky. The only one left alive is the Riddle on the point, but he is going to get pushed off, and that is going to be it for round 1.
It sounded like it was a mouthful, man. You alright? You alright?
My throat's a little bit dry.
Yeah, no, it was a lot, and it's a lot to unpack. And to really understand what was happening, it was really up to the main tanks. It was the Winstons. The Winstons were really the ones guiding the flow of the battle. If you could follow the Tesla cannons, it was really just one got a pick, let's back up. We got a pick, let's move forward. And Monarch was honestly making it work for them. They were making it work. They were backing up, getting that 6th player coming back. And it would just continue with that back and forth. So the battles were continuing quickly. Monarch was not wasting any time with trying to continue a fight that they felt was going to be a losing battle. Instead, once they realized they had lost something, they would go back, get it, come right back again, and keep going at it. So the strategy was working for a little while. The unfortunate part, though, was that Frost really got themselves together with the Diva ult coming out, creating some space, making it difficult, and then the pick on Sickbotch that was actually very devastating. As soon as they made it a 3v4 or 3v5, they had spawn advantage. So there was not really much that Monarch could do, especially when they didn't have enough time. They couldn't go back and regroup. They had to just jump in there.
Absolutely. And also, I mean, a 72-meter push is nothing to scoff at. This could be very good for the side of Monarch here. I mean, that is a good place to defend from. And now it looks like we're going to be seeing a dive comps on both sides, continuing what we saw at the end of the match, as the two tanks on the side of Frost are just rushing up to that doorway and trying to get a pick, but it's going to be Frost that gets pick. Epic Center and Pinky both falling. That is no DPS for the side of Frost, but that they are not giving up. They're holding this front line. They know they have the spawn advantage and are just trying to get something, but Dawnbreaker is going to fall to Eternal on the Widowmaker. And Astrid, he's trying to go and he's trying to get something, but he is taking so much damage from the enemy Hanzo, and for now he is going to survive thanks to heals from his team. And Frost, now they're finally able to push the payload a little bit, and there is the nano boost to keep Astrid alive. And Braveheart, he was pretty into the enemy team there, and his team was not there to support him. And so now Frost, they're rushing in. Dawnbreaker, he is in the enemy team, but he is antied, so he won't be able to be healed by his team, and he will fall. But Frost is able to push the payload all the way up to the slope. But it looks like Frost is going to have to fall back a little bit if they want to survive.
And that was incredible work. I want to give O.C.C a lot of props there. Anti-nades where they needed to be, main healing the essential targets, keeping Bravery alive. That's incredible work here as an Ana. Hopefully O.C.C keeps it up as the next battle starts.
So there is the nuke, but it's not going to catch anyone, and the Riddle is back in his mech. And Braveheart is able to get away just in time, but Pinky and Dawnbreaker, they're not giving up. They're rushing in. They're trying to pick something, and there is the blade. But Eternal is able to pick up a kill onto Epic Center on the Tracer, and Pinky is going to fall to Psycon, who just with a perfectly placed poop is able to get the kill. And there is a great bubble from Braveheart on top of Astron's nuke, and that's going to be keeping his team alive, and they're going to be reclaiming this point with another great defense.
Incredible work here from Monarch. They're really able to keep Frost staggered. Eternal with those incredibly great shots, getting backed up there by Sick Foch. Incredible work here from the double snipers, just able to control the space that they absolutely need to and protect themselves from the dive from Pinky. But it's going to be incredibly important for Frost to really get those key picks quickly and efficiently. The more time they waste, the more time Monarch has to build what they need to build.
And a failed offense a little bit from Frost there. They weren't able to do anything there. Epic Center is still in the respawn screen as he is just waiting to get back with his team. Monarch is putting up a great defense here with only a minute on the clock. Frost has to do something in order to get this first checkpoint if they want to be able to contest this game. They have the opportunity to end it this round. The nano boost coming on to Dawnbreaker, but he has the ult. He's going to survive, even though he fell incredibly low and he had the pulse bomb on him. And Braveheart is very low himself, but he is going to survive for now, while Sick Foch is the one who falls to the Dawnbreaker. There's the nuke, the Riddle taking out Epic Center, but this is still looking good for Frost as they do have a little bit of advantage. Rithikal, he's staying alive just barely, and there is going to be the barrier to keep him alive. And Dawnbreaker, he's jumping in, he's able to get the kill onto Braveheart. Now it's just Riddle and Psycon alive, as Psycon, he's trying to use his wall right to get away. Looks like he will for now, as Dawnbreaker is trying to pick him, and it looks like he's going to be able to do it. Dawnbreaker is popping off right now, as Frost is able to take the point in the nick of time. They now have 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get any further, and oh, poor Pinky used his ultimate, but was knocked down straight away and killed. And so Frost, that could not be good for him, but Dawnbreaker is in the back line trying to get a kill onto the Ana, but O.C.C is going to sleep him and just keep him asleep. He's just going to take a little bit of a power nap back there. He's going to be looking to get back to his team, but no, instead he's just going to try and get this onto the rest of the way. That is going to be it, but Braveheart is on Frost, is able to take out Rithikal, so no main healer for either side, and Dawnbreaker is going to be the one who falls to Braveheart. Astron is trying to take out Braveheart the rest of the way, and Epic Center on the Widowmaker is able to get the angle that he needs to take him out. And now Sick Foch able to take out Epic Center in turn, and this looks like a fairly good push for Frost here.
Incredible work here. They've got to be really careful, though. They're really prolonging a fight that may or may not be needed. Pinky getting taken out, getting no value on that ultimate is extremely detrimental. This can end up negatively here for Frost if they're not able to catch it, but it really takes them diving the appropriate characters for it to work.
Epic Sinner with the triple kill onto the enemy team, and with the nano boost, this should be a pretty secure push for Frost, as they're looking to get Brave Hurry, and Brave Hurry is going to fall. Riddle, though, he's going to pop the ultimate. It's going to get Krotsky, but the rest of Frost is going to survive as they get onto the point. Astron, he's going to use the nuke to reset his mech. He's going to get back onto the point. Pinky is trying to get to the backline and deal damage, but he is being focused out by Riddle, but it looks like he is going to survive with just 2 bars of health as he just barely gets away. And now Riddle is the one in the enemy team. Will they be able to get him out of mech? They will. And now they're going to be looking to secure that kill onto Baby Diva, but Eternal is going to take out Epic Sinner. Will Frost be able to take this point without much in the names of DPS besides Pinky, who now does have his ult? He's going to use it, but he is going to get killed by Sickbotch. He has not been able to get much out of these ultimates. Brave Hurry is going to use his ultimate to stay alive back to that full health, while Rithgal is taking quite a bit of damage, but he is going to survive. There's the nano boost onto Astron to keep Astron alive, but Riddle is nano boosted as well, and now it's just a battle of the divas. They're just mouse one-ing each other. There is the nuke. Riddle is going to survive, and it's not going to get anyone, but Epic Sinner is back. He's taking out Brave Hurry, and Eternal has fallen to Dawnbreaker, and a great bubble onto Riddle's nuke is going to be a possible push for this. The Dragons are on the point to try and zone Frost off, but they are going to stay on it. Pinky now on the Doofus to close that distance a little bit faster. Eternal's on the high ground trying to get something, and with Epic Sinner down, isn't able to contest it, but the Doofus is there. Eternal, he's just trying to stay on the point, trying to contest with his team, and he's going to be able to survive for now, and Pinky is going to fall. There is the sound barrier from Krotsky, but is going to be able to get very much of his team, but this looks like it's going to be a good push for Frost, but no, Eternal is going to take out Rithgal. Could this be it? Monarch is just holding this point for as long as they can. The longer overtime goes, the faster it will fall. There's Azure. He's moved up to the point, but Dawnbreaker is able to take out Sickbotch, who is switched over to the Junkrat. And now Brave Hurry is back as well. The Winston does have a good closing ability. He's able to get back to the point quickly. And Pinky able to take out the Riddle. And that is going to be it for now, but Brave Hurry using the ultimate to stay alive and contest the point even further, but Dawnbreaker used the ultimate as well. And now the Meteor Strike is here. It's going to get nobody as Sickbotch is knocked out of the area. But Pinky is going to be able to take out Eternal, and Asher with the double. They're going to be able to take this checkpoint.
That was a ridiculous hold. I'm so sorry for your throat, man.
No, I've practiced. I'm good.
Incredible work here.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Frost on that, they were able to just stay on it for so long. And Epic Sinner is going to fall to Eternal while Brave Hurry is trying to hold this. There isn't a lot of time left, only 50 seconds. Will Frost be able to push it to the end? This is their chance to end the game here. Now, Dawnbreaker is nano boosted. Will he be able to get anyone? For now, looks like he isn't going to be able to get on. No, Sickbotch is going to fall, and Psychon is going to be the next one in his sights. And now the question is, will they be able to use this angle to try and stay away from Eternal's sights? They're going to jump on top of Eternal. Eternal is going to survive and use the grapple hook to get away. Dawnbreaker is far behind enemy lines, and so is Pinky using that Meteor Strike to take out both the supports on the side of Monarch. Riddle's the only one on point. He's anti-aided. He is back in his mech. The question, he is going to get knocked out of it, and he is pretty far away from the point. Will he be able to get back to contest it in time? Azrin is there to try and stall him out, and the nano boost onto Brave Hurry is there to help defend the point as well, but Rithgal, he is going to stay alive just barely. Epic Sinner taking out Eternal, and there is the nuke. Will this be something? Will this be huge? It's taking out Yixi. This could be good for the side of Frost as they're looking to take this point. But now Monarch is having a good hold as Pinky is not able to take out that twisty little Lucio. He is going to be able to continue to contest the point in time for his tanks to get there. And also now Eternal is on the Doomfist. Will this be enough? Will that be a little bit extra damage? Epic Sinner is going to take out Eternal, so he won't be able to do any more. And Pinky just surviving with a little bit of help thanks to that barrier. And there's the nano boost to keep him alive as well. Will this be good? He's taken out Sitwatch. It's going to be Riddle is very low, and he is taken out. He is now out of mech. There is the Meteor Strike onto the point, and that's going to be the double, taking out Bravery and Psycon. That is it. Frost taking the second game.
Spectacular work. Spectacular work. That offensive push, just able to charge in just with this aggression that's just, it was palpable almost. Epic Sinner really taking the mantle as the Widow. Look at this popping off for Frost. Great work by the tanks. Krosky being an incredible nuisance, but you have to give it to Psycon. Psycon, the Riddle, and Bravery really able to stand at the front lines and hold on just as much as humanly possible. The ultimate thing was Frost was getting the right picks. They were at the right place, the right time, with the right characters. And honestly, it could have gone any other way. But it was just these minor movements, these minor abilities that really saved the matches.
I think Mr. Clever in the chat is bringing up a good point here, is that Monarch did use a lot of resources to hold that second checkpoint. They wanted to end the game there. They had that little bit of opportunity, but they weren't able to end it there. And because they were so behind on ultimates and other abilities, that Frost ended up having the resources that they needed to push it to the end. And also, just Epic Sinner popping off on that Widowmaker, just doing so much for his team.
It was really that culmination of Epic Sinner and Pinky. And particularly Pinky playing more of the dive heroes. It was really important. He wasn't really getting a lot of value as the Genji. I mean, he was getting a lot of that value in which he was pushing forward and really, kind of being a nuisance. But those Genji blades weren't really hitting just right. Once he switched over to the Doomfist and able to go in for those one-hit KOs, able to go in, go for, a little bit more of those squishies, be a little bit more of a nuisance up front, rather than just trying to get into that back line, Epic Sinner could then clean it up, and then Dawnbreaker, incredible positioning work, understanding where he needed to be standing, and honestly, both him and Bravery negated a lot, and I mean a lot of Diva Bombs. Those bubbles were coming in clutch. So there's a lot of great play here from both sides. This isn't just an uphill battle. This is an incredible war here going on between these two teams, and this Lich King Classic could not be more entertaining to watch. They still have they've got 2 more matches. They could get it to that 5th, so there's still more game to come.
So, and for now, we're going to be going into the halftime. You guys enjoy this little video segment, and we're going to see you soon. And we are back to slap some more cakes. Nepal is going to be our next map. Control, King of the Hill, whatever you want to call it. Frost is up right now, 2-0. Monarch, right now, the only thing they have to look for is the reverse sweep. They got 2 more games ahead of us today, and they are going to be great. I'm joined by Loudtrex. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Reviewing these plays has been crazy because there's just been so much to unpack today. Just so many killer combos. Krosky, Dawnbreaker, Eternal, Sick Foch, Bravery, Yeezy. Just so much is happening. And something that is making me laugh is, I know Jag is on vacation right now, but I know he's at least watching his team. So I could feel him just jumping at the edge of his seat right now. He is a team captain, Frost. So I feel like, Frost has it today. If they can ride this momentum, they could win their very first match of the year.
They could, with what we're seeing so far. They don't have much further to go. They just have to take Nepal. Mr. Clever TV, he seems to be pretty convinced that we're going to be seeing some Zen goats coming up. So could it be? I mean, the only time we did see goats today so far was on Monarch's second push on Horizon Lunar Colony. It did not work out for them, but then again, they did not, or they only ran Zen on the first push, then they got rid of him, and they were absolutely shut down by Frost. Pinky on that Ashe was doing so much work for them, and we were talking about different players popping off right now. We're talking about Pinky. He was doing great in the first game, but on Watchpoint Gibraltar, he had some rough moments. He ended up getting 2 of his blades shut down with no value coming out of them whatsoever. And Epic Center popped off so hard in the second game. That Widowmaker offensive, we saw the triple kill in the play of the game. So now we're going to have to watch Nepal. Our first one is going to be Village. This is a really close quarters, closed in point. We got some interesting chokes here. This is going to be pretty fun to watch.
Mostly because there's so much open space. There's so many places in which you can alter a battle. So you can say, we are going to fight at the top of the shrine. We will fight, at the bridge. We're going to fight at their gate. You can alter where you want to be. And I think that's the main fun of these control maps. You're not just waiting for a specific phase, you are forcing a phase. And that, seeing the way that the DPS have all been playing that, they've all been playing relatively mobile. So it's really going to be up to them and how they're going to make it. And it looks like we're going to be hitting the Dawnbreaker Bravery Rhine match. So that's going to be a fun one.
Absolutely. These are 2 tanks we've been seeing go at each other on Watchpoint Gibraltar, and that was a crazy Winston fight. Great bubbles to shut down nukes there. One thing that's going to be pretty interesting is Eternal is back onto the Reaper. We did see him do pretty well on that before, and so is Pinky. Seems like they both, this close quarters point is great for Reaper here. We're also going to be seeing Sick Foch on the May, and now Frost is up on the high ground, but it looks like Monarch, they decided to take a little bit of a different route. They are already on the point, and having a May and Reaper, this could be very, very good for them. This could be a great hold. The Sonic Arrow is going to give him a little bit of information, but poor Astrid, he went in too early without his team. He got walled off and killed incredibly quickly. He saw the Reaper and he thought that he'd be able to surprise him and get a kill, but he did not, and that is going to be the point for Monarch.
But I gotta give it to Frost. They decided they weren't going to continue the fight, and they knew it would be a losing fight, particularly against a Mei. You need to have someone that can either keep the Mei busy or kill the Mei quickly. The Mei, where she is right now, at least from what I've been seeing recently, she's very, very popular. She can take out Rhines. She can really be a nuisance when she needs to be. So we'll see how Monarch takes advantage of it.
And you also need to be able to close a gap very quickly and bait out the wall, like Frost has done here. They now know that wall is not available, and now they're going to be able to get onto the point a little bit faster. There's the hammer down. It's only going to get 2, while Pinky is able to pick up a kill on Psycon and Yeezy. Dawnbreaker is actually going to die all by himself, but it's going to take out Brave Hurry on the way, and that is going to be the rest of Monarch cleared. while Eternal is stalled out by Pinky, and that is going to be a point take for Frost.
It was incredible work here from Frost. They're not going to play into Monarch's games. They know what Monarch wanted, and rather than getting just frustrated and just charging in, hoping that something's work, they force the situation to make it work. So Frost, right now, with 1,000 IQ plays, can make this work, can get the...
We're seeing some ults come online. Dawnbreaker, he is stunned, but he's going to survive, while it is Bravery that falls to Pinky. And now they're looking for something. The barrier is down, but Rithical is able to pick up a kill with the Coalescence, and Epic Sitter is going to be taking out Psycon as well. And the Coalescence is continuing to go as Monarch's offense is broken in half. And they are going to have to look for another opportunity to take this point.
Rithical with the ultimate really coming in clutch. The combination of that Pinky offense in the forefront and the Rithical offense in the background, oh, it's just so much damage getting rained out at any single time. So it is really, really up to Monarch to really get in there. They've got to be careful with that Reaper. That Reaper can make life hell for
Sickfudge is able to use his Storm Arrows to pick up a kill onto Rithical, and now there is the Graviton Surge from both teams. There is the Dragon. It's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to be the end all. And the Dragons in return, Sickfudge is able to get 2 kills and a third onto Dawnbreaker. Now it's just Frost trying to contest the point, trying to get as much point as they can. They're going to be sitting at 82%, 83, while Groski is going to try and hold it a little bit longer, but he is going to die. They're going to be sitting at 88%, and Monarch is taking the point back.
Oh, that was insane. The Mirror Zarya ultimates, they all had it. The 1-2 punch. They even, Frost even popped the Kroski barrier. But what came in clutch was Sickfudge giving it a few seconds, understanding his positioning, and landing that triple. It was just great work, and with another pick, Sickfudge is on fire. He could be the reason why they can hold it here.
So Pinky is able to take him out, but that is Frost being routed away from the point. Now they're just trying to make sure that none of them get picked. Pinky, a little bit of a rough position, but the Moira is going to be able to keep him alive. Frost, they're going to be just trying to take one more offense here, but can they deal with Sickfudge as we're at 90%? We're just going to have to see if they can get on. Frost, they're setting up that offensive. They're trying to rush. They're trying to get on, and they are contesting the point now. There's the hammer down, getting 4 people. The Dragons are going to be following it up. Frost taking a lot of kills here. They are not letting Monarch take this point. They smell this win, and they want it. And they're going to be able to take the point. 94% the team kill. Monarch doesn't have a chance to get back onto the point, and that is going to be the first round of Nepal.
It was Dawnbreaker ult at the very end. Being able to read it just perfectly. Landing the 1-2 combo. Rhine and Hanzo Dragons just perfectly timed. It was delicious. But they've got to keep it up. They cannot think the match is over. They do have this last round to go so that they can win the series.
So what we're going to be looking at here, we're going to be seeing Dawnbreaker on the Orisa and Astrid on the Hog. They're looking to get those nice halt and hooks into the pit here. We know that is a very powerful strat here. Sickfudge is going to be on the Pharah, and so is Pinky, so that we're going to be seeing some Pharah duels up in the sky. In fact, some Pharah Mercy duels. Both teams are going to be running that. And so this is Frost's chance. They're smelling it. They're wanting this win. And now this is going to be Monarch's last chance to try and start the reverse sweep. And now both teams are just dishing out damage. They're looking for picks. They're looking for opportunities. And the point is going to be unlocked. And it's going to be Monarch looking to take it. And Sickfudge is going to be taking out Rithical. But for now, that is going to be it. Looks like this could be it. Monarch taking it, but no, Dawnbreaker's on there contesting the point. He is going to have to fall off, though. And that is going to be the point for Monarch.
Great work, Sickfudge, getting the initial pick on Rithical, and that was really the start of the downfall. Getting that initial pick, getting rid of the Far Mercy, leaving just the Pharah. It was great work. Managed to take out Astrid with the boop and Riddle cleaning up. this could be the fight that they need in order to get themselves back onto the score.
Now Monarch, they're looking for a pick here, and they are going to find it. Goof is taking out Pinky, and now it looks like Frost, they're understanding they're in a bit of a predicament. They're just looking for picks here to try and even it up, but Astron is not able to find any hooks, and Dawnbreaker's shield is falling so quickly here. Eternal, he's rushed in, but he will survive just barely. No! Epic Center is going to take him out, and now Frost, they're looking to counter this. They're looking to take the offensive, but O.C.C is going to be able to bring Eternal back. He's going to be rushing back in, but Epic Center again using the flashbang to stun him and take him out. Now, will Frost be able to break this defense that Brave Hurry is putting up? It looks like they're deciding to go around it with Dawnbreaker setting up the defense, and there is the rocket barrage from Pinky. It's going to find Psycon, and Bravery is going to be able to survive just barely, and Krosky taking out Sigfotch, and Frost is going to be able to take the point.
And that's the thing, Eternal with a really, really bad play, getting caught out of position, getting taken out, that could have cost his team the game. You gotta be careful when you are doing things like that. Oh, Eternal getting booped off by...
And Brave Hurry is nano boosted. He just almost fell off, but he did survive. And look at that, the whole hog keeping him back, but Astron is going to fall. But we're going to be seeing the Bongo coming out to try and for Frost to keep this point. They want that victory, but the Riddle is going to be revived by O.C.C, but O.C.C is going to fall in turn from Dawnbreaker, but he cannot keep the enemy away from this, from just rushing past his shield, and although he can use a Fortify to not get caught by the Graviton Surge, he cannot hold on his own, and Monarch is going to be taking the point back. They're sitting at 70% versus just 43.
And this is what I say to a lot of people. Just because there is a better tank lineup, i.e. Roadhog Orisa, doesn't mean you can't make it work for you. The proper plays here from Monarch, forcing the situation to make it, to meet their win condition, is incredible work here. They just need to keep it up. This could be what they need to do to get themselves back.
And we're going to be seeing the Reinhardt duel back, but it's going to be Dawnbreaker losing it this time around. While Pinky is revived, it's going to be a trigger onto the overtime. Epic Center getting a great high noon, and Frost is able to take the point back in the nick of time with just 99%. Oh, they are able to take it just then using the barrage and the high noon. The barrage is able to distract everyone from the high noon. That was great.
And that's what's going to bring home the bacon. Incredible quad here from Epic Center, realizing that there was no one to contest him. In doing so, took out a great deal of the team. At 71%, they could go in for the 3-0. That may have just saved the game for them.
Yep, but Monarch, they're not giving up. They're trying to take this point back, and Frost, they're going to fall back to try and get a little bit of a better offense, but Dawnbreaker is going to fall, and there is Sigfotch using the barrage, and Eternal is on the Ash now. Rosie is able to get a boop off, but Astra is going to fall, and that is going to be a team kill for Monarch. They're going to be taking this point, and that is going to be the 1-1. We're going to be going to Shrine now, rather. And this is going to be what it comes down here. This is Frost's chance to win. Will they be able to do it?
I'm going to need a press F from chat. For those of you who saw Astron trying to do some fancy air work, trying to keep the Pharah down, and missed the landing mark. That was a no bueno, but Sigfotch, great work cleaning up the back line and really helping clutch out the rest of that fight. This could be anyone's game right now.
Absolutely, with a 1-1, it's whoever takes this point and gets the best out of 3. And we're going to be seeing Eternal staying on that Ash. That is very fun to watch. Pinky is back onto the Reaper. Wasn't able to do as much as he maybe wanted to on the Pharah. So now, Frost is on the point. They're using that Lucio speed to get on there. And the question is, will that be enough where they do have the high ground? And Dawnbreaker is just in there, swinging as fast as he can, but he is going to be anti-nated. He's going to be falling back to make sure that he doesn't die. He is incredibly low, but he is going to survive thanks to his Moira. And Epic Center is going to be able to take out Sigfotch, and Pinky is able to take out O.C.C, and now they're just dancing around that pole, trying to get a little bit of an opportunity, and Dawnbreaker is going to take out Bravery thanks to a flashbang from Epic Center, and that is the charge, taking out Psycon, and now that is the point for Frost.
Great work here from Frost, realizing that they do have Afara, trying to play away from his sight lines, and Dawnbreaker understanding when he needed to back up, the Mythical really keeping him going, and then Pinky securing the kills. Great teamwork here from Frost. This is showing why they are going to be able to land this 3-0 if they can.
And Dawnbreaker is holding on to the Earth Shatter there. Oh, he's going to be missing it. A great block from Brave Hurry, but a block in return. Pinky is the only one who's going to get knocked down by that one. But now Brave Hurry is nano boosted, and Dawnbreaker, he's just barely going to survive. But Epic Center is going to fall from Sick Fudge here. Frost is down. Will they be able to do it? They're just dancing around this pole, trying to find opportunity. Dawnbreaker is going to be taking out Eternal. And now, there it is. Sick Fudge on the barrage. Going to take out 3, going to take out 4. And the Graviton Surge just to secure it. And Eternal going to be revived. That is the point for Monarch.
Oh, man. And you could see what Frost was doing. They were trying to keep Sick Fudge at bay, but he was not relenting. He knew what he wanted and how he was going to get it. The Zarya ultimate might have been just a little bit too much, but incredible fight there, or incredible teamwork there from O.C.C and Sick Fudge. Sick Fudge particularly for really keeping the backline pressure on Frost. Incredible work there.
And now what we're going to have to be looking at, Frost rushing around to the backside. They're looking to try and catch them off guard. Dawnbreaker, he was flashbang, but he will survive. There's the hammer down. It's not going to catch anyone thanks to the bubble. And there is the Valkyrie from Monarch trying to keep them alive. Eternal using the high noon to pick out Epic Center. And there is the Graviton Surge. It's going to catch 2. And there is the Death Blossom to get 2. And there is Sick Fudge using the Rocket Barrage to take out Dawnbreaker. No main tank for either team here. And now it looks like Frost will be able to take the point. No, Sick Fudge, he's contesting. He's trying to keep it alive, and there isn't much of a way to deal with him. He's just staying alive, thanks to his auto, but he will fall to Epic Center. But that gave enough time for his team to get on there. And O.C.C tried to go for the revive, but he failed. And now Pinky following up, getting a kill onto the Riddle. Now it is just Brave Hurry on the point. He's trying to stay alive. He is going to fall. And now Eternal and Psycon are going to have to retreat, try to get away with their lives. It looks like Psycon may die, though, to Pinky. He will. And that is going to be a great attack from Frost. And they are sitting at 59%, 60%, and now they're looking to end the game.
So this is where that getting the value of your ult is extremely important. Both Sick Fudge and Pinky dropped their ultimates, but with Pinky landing a triple kill, even though the fight was delayed, still gave Frost enough room to come in and secure the fight.
So Brave Hurry is looking to try and open up the enemy team. They're just exchanging blows right now, and Brave Hurry is going to fall. It's going to be Riddle that's going to be getting the nano boost, but he is hammered down by Dawnbreaker. He got 3 with that Earth Shatter, and that is going to be it. That is a team kill from Frost thanks to Pinky, and this could be the game. It's just Brave Hurry trying to get on there. 99, 100%. Frost has won their first game of the year.
Frost with incredible work here. I've said this a lot. I've said the word incredible. I've got a clicker right now that has said how many times I've said it, but honestly, Frost is incredibly impressing me tonight. Just understanding their game, their way of playing, understanding their win conditions and how to make things work for them. That is a massive thing when it comes to a scrim. You have to understand your win condition, and Frost has been meeting it each and every time.
Absolutely. They popped off this whole game, but even though it's 3-0, that doesn't mean it wasn't close. Every game was tooth and nail. The only one where they really had a little bit of a lead would have been Horizon Lunar Colony, which kind of happens in 2CP, and that was absolutely incredible from Frost. We're going to be seeing a little bit of a swap around. Paranicos is going to be coming back for the 4th game of the day. This is just for kicks and giggles here, and it's going to be on King's Row.
I mean, I wouldn't say exactly kicks and giggles, but I would definitely say, let's let Monarch try to get on the scoreboard. I think they can do it. They've played really well all night. It's really just a matter of these little milliseconds, these little millimeters, these little adjustments that they just have to make in order to try to secure these wins. Honestly, if they were to go back to the drawing board, just try to get it together, see what needs to, change, see what doesn't. I definitely think Monarch will be able to come back significantly stronger. But just for tonight, Frost has been a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. They are doing so well there. Kroski is able to protect his team so well on that Lucio. You really love to see a good Lucio player. And Rithgul's been doing a great job of keeping his team alive. And I mean, just watching Dawnbreaker on the Reinhardt has been an absolute treat. He's been doing so much great work. And now we're going to be on to King's Row, a hybrid map that we all know and love. So very interesting choke points here and lots of opportunities for very fun plays. What do you think we're going to be seeing here?
We're going to probably seeing a lot of Rein Zarya. This is a very, very standard standard map in order to do that kind of composition. That being said, though, I foresee defense might go with something a little bit more high ground viable. So you might be seeing a lot of double snipers. You might be seeing the return of Amara. So there's so much room to really work with that, that's really where we're going to be going with that. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be going with a little bit more of a long distance defense. Epic Center on the Widowmaker, so we're hoping for some solid plays there with Pinky backing him up, while Eternal and Piranicos are going to be mirroring that. So the main difference that's going to be shifting between both teams is literally just the main healer. Will Rithikal with the Moira be able to counter or be able to win against Yeezy's anti-nades? That's gonna be huge. So it could be anyone's game at this point.
Playing around those anti-nades is incredibly important. And with the timer counting down, we're going to see if they're going to be able to do it. Eternal, he's going to be sitting up in the window. And will Epic Center be able to pick him out? We're just going to have to see as the Monarch is pushing up through the choke point. Right now, it is only Brave Hurry trying to get in there and do some work. But his team is following through. And it looks like Frost is doing a good job of adjusting their team to make sure that they're out of the way of Eternal's sightlines, except for Epic Center, who is going to fall. He's going to lose that Widowmaker duel. But now it is just a battle of these Ryans. Both barriers are destroyed. In fact, Max is going to fall. And now it looks like Monarch is going to be taking the point. They have just pushed Frost off. This wasn't really even much of an elimination battle. Only 3 people died overall. And so that is going to be the point for Monarch.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be wanting to get in there. And I got to applaud that for Frost. They realized, all right, nothing we could do here. We've got a long spawn. Let's try it again and see where we go in the streets phase. But honestly, Eternal getting in that first pick and Max not really having anyone to protect him, it's going to be a tough day.
So the Eternal is up on the balcony trying to get some extra picks there, but is going to be pressured off by Pinky, and it's going to be Psycon that falls to Max's Fire Strike. And Eternal is going to take out Epic Center in return. And now it is just trying to get picks, trying to even this fight up a little bit, trying to get an advantage. And now Max and Dawnbreaker are right in the front line. We're going to be seeing Dawnbreaker actually on the off tank. Failed to mention that before. We've normally been seeing him on the main tank, but he is going to get caught out by Piranicos, and he is now his team is going to have the fallback.
Oh, managing to land that ultimate here that comes out. It is a brawl right now, ladies and gentlemen, as the teams are trying to figure out how they're going to make it work. And here comes the grab.
There it is. This could be good for Mythical. They are going to use the High Noon and Hammer Down in return. It's not, neither are going to catch a whole lot, but it's enough for Monarch to take this point very confidently and be able to push it forward if they only had some people on it. There we go. They have 2 on it to push it forward towards this checkpoint where they are taking a very aggressive hold up at this corner.
And And right now, Piranico's looking for a quick pick, trying to make it.
And there is the Graviton Surge from Frost here. This could be it for them. Pinky is able to pick up one, but the shield is going to be able to keep Monarch alive for now. But Pinky, he's not giving up. He's taken out Brave Hurry, and it looks like Monarch is having to get routed while they are just sitting just barely behind the second checkpoint.
Great work there. The 1-2 punch, Pinky managing to get that quick pick on the Lucio, and then the aggression from Frost, able to jump in and just destroy most of Monarch. Incredible work there. I love to see the way that their movements are, particularly Dawnbreaker and Max's. They both have an understanding as how they need to be moving. Unfortunately, Dawnbreaker gets caught out, and this could be deadly for Frost.
Because Frost is using a very aggressive hold, that means that their tanks may be able to get back in time, but it's up to the rest of the team to fall back and make sure that they don't get picked out because they don't have any sort of protection via their tanks. And Epic Center is going to fall while he was standing on top of the payload, and now it is up to the tanks of Frost to get back to the point and defend it, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to. We're just 2 meters away, but no, it is Rithik and Kroski using their mobility to get onto the point of the hammer down, catching 3 from Max here. And there's the charge from Bravery. It's not going to catch Max, though. Max, and it was in a little bit of a tough spot, but is able to swing out of it. And Riddle now is very low. He's going to be backing off, and the rest of the team, especially Epic Center, was able to clear up the rest of Monarch and was able to defend the point with just 2 meters left.
Rithikal with the proper backup. It looked like Bravery just did not read the hammer down, or didn't seem to get there just in time. Max managed to drop it, and the rest of Frost coming in, specifically Rithikal with the ultimate, putting in that pressure against the Reinhardt because he cannot block both a hammer and a Kamehameha running right through his beams. But here they go in once again for their offensive play.
So it looks like Monarch, they have 4 ults to their name. They're using the Graviton Surge, but it isn't actually going to do a whole lot for them. They were able to get just 1. Dawnbreaker is down, but the rest of Frost is doing a good job of following up. Pinky is able to take out Riddle, and now Monarch is looking for something. Brave Hurry is dueling Max here, but both are going to survive for now with 1 minute and 28 seconds left. This is what Monarch does not have a lot of time to push this payload to the end.
This is where I'm the most interested by Frost. They understand where the payload is, but they want Monarch to waste their ultimates at the start of the line, not at the end of the line where the payload is.
That is smart. They're using their confidence. They think they can take the point on their own. The Graviton Surge is going to take the barrier from Psycon here. Frost now, they're looking for opportunities. The barrier is down. That is a hammer down from Max there. It's going to catch 2, but Bravery is going to survive, and he is going to return the favor. He's nano boosted as well, and he is going to be able to just clean through the enemy team.
Ooh, though Frost managed to hold for quite a bit, getting those key picks, and honestly having a nano boosted Bravery take out the Reinhardt and just finish up. Incredible work. I want to see this more from Monarch. It's the mind games that are going to be extremely important, and they're going to have to win it. Max is incredibly aggressive, so is Bravery. So one has to really decide how they're going to beat the other.
And with some picks here, it is now a 5v5. Pinky was able to take out Brachiosaurus, but Epic Center was able, or rather Epic Center fell as well, and that is going to be the infra site from both sides. Both teams, they have information on where the enemy is. What will they be able to do with this information? Epic Center will be able to take out Eternal with it. That's what, and Dawnbreaker is taking a very aggressive hold, but since he had that bubble up, was able to survive, and he's just up there with Max, dealing so much damage, and that was able to let Pinky take out Piranicos again. And this is looking pretty good for Frost. I mean, you do kind of expect both checkpoints. If the payload gets gone, you expect that checkpoint to get taken, and a lot of it happens right here. There is the hammer down into the Graviton Surge. The Kamehameha is there, and that is the sound barrier just on its team before they were hammered down, and is going to be able to keep them alive. Epic Center took out Eternal as well, and this is another good hold from Frost, although Dawnbreaker is going to fall. Piggy was able to get 1 kill before he was slept using that high noon, but he will fall to Riddle here. And now Frost, though, they're looking pretty good on this defense so far. They got that Widowmaker up there on this defense, and now Monarch, they are able to take out Epic Sinner while he was sitting up there, but Paranicos is going to fall in turn. And here is the Graviton Surge. It's catching 3, and will they be able to do it? Kroski is going to fall, and Psycon is able to take out Max as well. Here is the sound barrier, maybe a little bit prematurely. He's just trying to give his team the confidence to push forward, and they are going to take it. Eternal was able to take out Epic Sinner there. We're coming into overtime now. Will Frost be able to defend this point? Max is back, but he's going to get hammered down just in time, and he is going to get charged as well. You can't win against the nano-boosted Bravery. And now he's just swinging away, and the point is cleared. And that is going to be a full push from Monarch.
Monarch doing work, specifically at the end. Bravery getting the groove, specifically with Eternal, giving him the space, taking out key targets. Great work there from Monarch, getting that forward momentum and taking out the necessary targets in order to get to the final point of this escort map. Unfortunately, though, they have eaten up all of their time. So it is up to Frost to decide whether or not they can really make this incredible offensive push or not. I mean, what would you think that they'd be coming out with?
Well, we could be seeing the goats here, but we haven't seen it all that much, so I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get picked up here. I'm thinking we're just going to be seeing Max on the Reinhardt as usual, and Dawnbreaker is going to stay on the Zarya. Looks like I'm right. We are going to be seeing Pinky back on the Doomfist as we have seen him earlier today, and we're going to be seeing something a little bit different. We are going to be seeing a Zen and Ana, something we don't get to see very often. Riddle is back on Zarya as well, and we're going to be seeing Eternal on the Reaper. So that will be very good in that close quarters first point, but Pinky will be able to dish out a lot of damage in return. So we're just going to have to see when both teams make the push.
The win condition for this is it's going to be very tricky. I feel like it's going to change a lot. Psycon may be the key to getting this fight. If Frost gets the pick on Psycon, this could go very badly for...
Absolutely, and now just both teams are exchanging blows. Eternal, he was pushed up a little bit, but thanks to that great lifesteal he has now, is able to survive. And now Pinky, he's on that backline. He's looking to get a pick there. And Monarch, they're being wary of it. They're falling back a little bit to make sure they aren't up against that wall. But Pinky, he's going all the way around, but Max is going to be the one who falls. There's Pinky right into the back line. He is going to be able to take out O.C.C. Will he be falling? He will. And this is going to be Frost retreating since they are now in the disadvantage.
I love the way Frost is moving. They know they got the main healer. They backed off. They're now back into a 5v6 situation, so they can make it work. This could be the momentum and the picks that they need in order to get their win condition.
O.C.C. is back and healing his team, so now it is a little bit more of an even fight. Epic Sinner rushing into the backline. He's going to be able to take out Psycon, but will fall. But Pinky is going to be able to even it up with getting a kill onto the Riddle. And now Pinky, he's just back onto the front. He's trying to take out Eternal, and Eternal is going to fall. Brave Hurry has been nano boosted, but he was slept. He was charged. No, he's the huge hammer down, but is able to be booped away by Kroski. They're protecting his team, and he will fall thanks to Pinky able to negate his charge with the punch, and that is going to be the point for Frost.
Oh my goodness. Max with 1000 IQ noticed the ultimate, but realized that Kroski had popped the barrier. Looked for the enemy backline, took out 2, and unfortunately Bravery could not do anything with his hammer down. That was a nutty play and so fun to watch. They have got so far to go, but right now Frost is making waves, pushing their way forward.
And there's the Graviton Surge is catching a lot, but the Transcendence is going to keep Epic Sinner from doing anything with that blade. That Transcendence is absolutely huge. Kroski, though, is able to pick up a kill onto O.C.C., but that is not the end. Monarch is able to pick up 2 against Kroski and Epic Sinner, but Eternal will fall to Max. And now Pinky is looking for an engage, but a great Zarya bubble is going to keep his target alive. But Monarch, they know they're in trouble. They're backing up to make sure, just giving ground to make sure that none of them get picked out prematurely. But now the fight has come up to the corner. Monarch has nowhere to go. They have to take this fight. Pinky is just flying around the map, trying to get an opening. There is the Graviton Surge. It's catching a lot. Eternal with the Death Blossom getting 1, 2, 3, 4. Riddle getting Rhythmical, and Max falling as well. That is a team kill.
I am loving how these teams are moving. Monarch understanding that they were in a losing fight, backing up, forcing Frost to find their way forward. And when they finally had the chance, the Riddle popping the ultimate along with Eternal getting the extreme cleanup, that was great work from Monarch. They might be able to hold this.
Eternal is in the back line, but he was caught out, but he is going to survive. But Max will fall to Piranicos, and now without a main tank, Frost, they're on the defensive. They're falling back, make sure that they don't get caught out before they're ready. And now with their main tank coming back along with their Lucio, Pinky is just sitting up there in the distillery. He's waiting for an opportunity to rush into the back line and take out a prime target. That Zenyatta is looking pretty good to him. And he is going to be going back there. He's going to get stunned out by the flashbang, but he's still on Psychon. And with the... he is going to be able to take out Yixi with the Meteor Strike. Transcendence is not able to protect from an insta-kill ability like that. And Brave Hurry, he's looking very low. He's surviving. Oh, he fell, and that was a triple Earth Shatter from Max there. That is going to be able to pick up another 2 kills for Dawnbreaker. And this could be it for Frost. They're pushing this to the end. Monarch, they don't have any way to contest the point, and that is going to be this checkpoint. But Max, he is not done, and with a charge onto Psychon, is able to take him out and create an opportunity for Dawnbreaker to take out Eternal. This is a great hold for Frost here. They are looking for opportunities to get this payload as far as they can. It looks like they'll be able to take it all the way up to this corner before Monarch has the strength to contest it.
Oh, Max taking out Piranicos. And honestly, Max and Dawnbreaker working really well together. Just the protection that Dawnbreaker is offering his main tank is incredibly crucial to their offensive.
And now both teams are changing blows. We almost saw Max die, but he did survive the double Graviton Surge, hedging a lot on both sides. That is going to be the Transcendence burn from the side of Monarch. They're pushing forward with this extra healing. They know, but it is now down. But Max is down as well to Piranicos. And now Monarch, they're just looking to push it up the rest of the way and try to punish Frost as much as possible. Pinky, he's going to be jumping up onto the high ground to try and survive. Eternal is looking mighty fine for him, but is going to be able to use the Wraith Form to get away. And that is a good hold from Monarch.
This DPS battle between Pinky and Eternal is just nutty. They're coming at each other, but they both understand when they need to charge in and where they don't. And it's very much an intimidation factor. They both understand they can take it out.
There's the Nanoblade. Epic Sitter is able to get 2, and he is just on the back line doing as much as he can. But Brave Hurry is nano boosted in return, is able to take out Epic Sitter, but he is alone inside of Frost, and they are dealing so much damage to him. He will fall, and Pinky able to deal the last little bit of damage to Brave Hurry. This is now it with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. They're looking to take this right here. Will they be able to bring it into a second set of rounds? We'll see. Eternal's using his Wraith Form and his Death Blossom, but the bubble from Zarya is able to keep his team alive. Max is in there. He has just barely any health, but he will survive for now. No, Psychon is able to take him out. Pinky is on the payload. Will he be able to take it the rest of the way? It doesn't look good for him. He is just trying to do it, but he will fall. With 1 minute and 10 seconds left, Frost does not have a lot of time to take this the rest of the way.
These tanks are just going at it, blow for blow. Bravery coming out of the woodworks, getting the ult, and managing to come in for the cleanup. But that being said, the return here from Epic Sinner, incredible work, managing to keep Eternal at bay, and he did go for the switch. Now is the Doom.
Eternal there, he wanted to jump in there. He was using the fall to try and line up a punch, but a great boot from Kroski kept his team alive. There is the hammer down, but the Transcendence in turn will keep the team alive. But will that be enough for the Graviton Surge? There it is, the Meteor Strike, it gets 2! And now, Frost is looking to take it to the end. Yixi is the only one left alive, and this is it. Piranico's on the back line, but is actually going to get deflected. And now, round 2 has been completed.
If you could see me, I've had my hand over my mouth. What? Wow. They used the Graviton to bait the Psycon Ultimate. Once the Psycon Ultimate had been baited, they popped another ultimate with which they were going to take out the rest of the team. What a smart play from Frost. The ability for them to get that pesky ultimate out of the way, which is incredibly powerful. It's a ridiculous amount of teamwork and a ridiculous amount of communication. It was incredibly fun to watch it get executed, but it's still not enough. Monarch does have 1 minute to get it as far as they can, which is only 17 seconds less than what Frost has. So they really have to be aggressive, attentive, and amiable. They have to really move themselves around and get those key picks. They cannot waste any time with a poke battle or some dilly-dally. It's either make it or don't make it. That's all they've got right now.
Absolutely. Understanding how to bait out that Transcendence and use that to your advantage is absolutely huge. And Frost did it to a T, using the Earth Shatter to bait it out and then following it up with the Graviton Surge, and also just knowing to hold both and use both of them in a single fight. Normally you don't want to do something like that, but with the Transcendence, it is absolutely the right call. And now Monarch is looking to push up to the point. They are incredibly aggressive. They're trying to get up there. Eternal is going to go around onto the high ground to try and get a flank. We're going to be seeing if that comes to fruition there. He is now going out to the back line. Epic Sitter, though, using the air dodge to get out of the way, and he is going to be able to do a lot of damage, but will fall to Eternal. And Brave Hurry was able to get Pinky in the meantime, but Dawnbreaker getting 2 on Riddle and Brave Hurry. And now they're just swinging away, trying to get poor Pranicos rather on the Reaper. He's going to be able to teleport away just in time, thanks to the Moira keeping him alive, or rather the Ana keeping him alive. And now there is only 7 seconds left, since it did go to overtime last time. No ticks so far on the point, and now Monarch on the point. Could this be it? Max, he's taking a little bit of damage, but he's using that shield well. But he does have an anti-nade on. He will fall. The Kamehameha was not, you cannot heal through that, and the triple Earth Shatter. This could be a full point take from Monarch here. There's the Graviton Surge, but it isn't able to do much. Kroski was able to take out Yixi, but that's it. Pinky now being able to take out Paranicos. He is in the back. Will he be able to do much? No, he will fall to Eternal. And now it is Kroski there. He's trying to delay it out for as long as he can, just trying to give his team time to get there. Will they be trying to defend it? Max is there. No, he will be falling back. And that is going to be a point take from Monarch with only a minute on the clock. They were able to do it, but they are going to have to just stay on the point for as long as they can.
There is absolutely no room for error at this point. It is make or break time. Monarch has got to get this forward as much as they can. If they cannot make this, that is the end of the fights. And here come the ultimates coming in powerfully, and the picks coming in red over blue. Fantastic work here from
absolutely Frost. They did not manage to hold that. They only have the sound barrier now to keep their team alive. Will they be able to defend it? This is giving Monarch a lot of time to push the payload forward. They're just keeping Yixi on there to try at, while the rest of the team holds a really aggressive front line all the way up at the checkpoint. They're trying to get this as far as possible. Even if they have lost the match today, they're looking to pick up at least one round. And with Riddle now, he's there, and Psycon is just rushing in, and ended up baiting the sound barrier. Now both teams don't have much in the terms of ults. We will be seeing the Kamehameha come up. It is up, and there it is. The Coalescence coming through to try and keep Steve alive, but the hammer down. Stabiate catching 4 from Brave Hurry, who has been popping off with these Earth Shatters today. And now they are going to be able to take that second objective. You have to stay on it, though. Careful, Yixi. It is an overtime. You got to stay on it, Yixi. No! They got Z9! What? No!
No!
You have to stay on the point!
They could have. No! Oh my goodness. That was it was such a great play from Monarch. They were really making waves. Bravery with 1,000 IQ play, waiting on the ultimate from Rithikal and using the hammer down to stop it. It was just such powerful work from the Reinhardt to not panic. The unfortunate part was someone got off the point. There was nothing that could be done I mean, you have nothing when it comes to the overtime timer, especially when you are that far in. Get off of it for just a split second, and that's the end of the game for you. There's really nothing that can be done after this.
Everyone will be having a visitation for Monarch next Wednesday at noon. Their funeral will be the following day on Thursday. We hope to see you there. It's going to be a beautiful service as we mourn the loss of the point in that. But now we're going to have to be looking on to the next match as Frost now, they have a ways to go and only 1 minute and 17 seconds to do it. And they're going to be going up to the choke. Tyrannicos is taking a little bit of aggressive hold, but he is backed off. And Eternal getting a big punch in, but it's not going to get anyone. And with the Zarya bubbles able to get away. And now Max, he's there. He's on the front line, but Eternal is in the back line trying to get a pick, but they are able to stay alive. Pinky, though, not able to get Eternal, and now they're just trading blows here. No one has died yet. It's incredible. And now, will they be able to do it? Will this finally be the chance for someone to die? Eternal will be the first to fall from Dawnbreaker. And now, this could be it. Max has the Nano Boost already. The Nano Boost has been up. There's the Earthshatter. It's going to catch 4. And now, he is just running through the enemy team. And that is the point for Frost as poor Pranicos. He's trying to keep it up, but he will fall.
And that was it, man. It was just one pick. All you need with an offense that strong is just a minor kink in the armor. It showed, and unfortunately Monarch had to suffer for it. That being said, though, this is not the end of the world. They still have to be completely flawless as the overtime tick starts up.
Absolutely. I think Eternal missed out on a little bit of an opportunity there. Rithikal was the only one who was on the point while it was being capped, and he was up in the hallways. He actually could have gone in there thinking himself, there is the blade and the graviton, but it's going to get stalled out by the Transcendence. You have to keep tabs on that. And Epic Center will fall to Eternal, and there is the fist. It's going to be taking out a lot. Pranicos now with the Blossom, and Pinky was not able to get there in time. Monarch is able to get King's Row, even though they Z9'd themselves. But still, Frost is able to win the game overall today. Monarch bringing it back a little bit at the end. That a little bit sad that happened before. And right now we're seeing Eternal with the play of the game with a great Death Blossom into a Graviton Surge. The quintuple kill.
Just ridiculous work from both sides. Great plays, solid positioning. They were making mistakes, yes, but what I enjoyed the most was that they were all protecting each other. They all kept each other safe and really just did the best they could in order to make it work.
Absolutely. That is going to be the final game of today as well. Monarch, they weren't able to get the reverse sweep, even though they did take the last game. That was the 4th game. And just so great today. We saw Frost get their first game of the year, and they deserve it. They did incredibly well. This whole time we've been seeing Pinky doing great work on his Doomfist. Not so much on the Genji, but his Doomfist was great, and his Ashe was great as well. And we've been seeing Dawnbreaker just having this great tank play, creating opportunities for his teams, giving so much space, and knowing when to back off, and knowing how to work around his supports. Rithikal was doing a great job of keeping his team alive. But now, let's talk about players of the match. Let's talk about let's talk about Monarch first. They did very well. It was neck and neck the whole time. Who do you think is the player of the match for Monarch?
Oof. I would say the standout. The absolute standout would have to be Psycon. Psycon was really, really clutch in terms of having the ultimate at the right place at the right time. Just great work from him, great awareness, and a great job in really keeping people up.
Absolutely, especially on King's Row. We saw his transcendences be used. It only failed one time, and was able to keep his team alive through so much. And I think I'm going to have to say that Bravery will be my player of the match for Monarch, because although Psycon did very well throughout the whole thing, I think that Bravery, although ended up losing the matches that he was in, had some great Reinhardt duels. He just barely fell short of the enemy Reinhardt. And I think that overall he did a great job just creating space for his team. We saw some great ultimates from him, and we saw some great blocking of ultimates. We saw some really good Earth Shatter blocks from him. But now let's move on to Frost. Who do you think is the MVP for Frost?
Ooh, Kroski. Hands down. You know what? Frost played really well. Epic Center did fantastic. Great DPS. But behind every great DPS and behind every great tank, there is a support that understands what needs to be done. Kroski, great job on taxing. Great job on knowing who to push, when to push, how to push. And predominantly knowing the proper positioning so that the so that the barriers, the sound barriers, could be their most effective. Whenever he popped that, it was life-saving. It was exactly what the team needed at that moment. Kroski gets that one for me.
I think Kroski did a great job throughout all of the games, but I think mine will have to be Dawn, agreeing with Alchemist in the chat there. Dawn did a great job of acknowledging his supports, protecting his supports in important times, but also knowing when it was time for him to back off and make sure that he didn't overextend and his supports were able to save him. And his absolute dominance in the tank game, he was able to just outshine Monarch's tanks in every single match. And because of that, created so many opportunities for his team to pop off. So I think he's going to have to be it for me. But we're going to have to wrap the stream up now, guys. Thank you all for watching. We are Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. We do have a Discord. If you want to be part of the Discord, you can either just drop a subscription to the Twitch channel and you'll get an invite to it, or if you are silver to diamond, you can apply as a player, or if you're any rank, you can apply for the stream team and production. And if you're masters and above, you can apply to be a coach for one of these great teams. And we've seen that these teams are playing so much better than anything you would get in solo queue, and a lot of that is thanks to these wonderful coaches who are making these teams play like real teams. And you have those great teamwork, that synergy around you. So if you want to join that, just drop a subscription or fill out the application.
All right, that being said, folks, we are going to be getting ready to move into the next month. We do have Salt.exe against Smile coming up here for the Diamond Division. We're going to be seeing if Salt.exe can come back and really start making it work. Horned Beast against the Assassins, and then Pro versus the Titans to close out the month. Folks, we do want to thank you guys for sitting by with us. And honestly, please, I ask this every time. Just tell your friends, tell people that you really would like to be part of this. We do want to entertain you guys. We do love to showcase how much people are getting better, what they're learning, and so on and so forth. So please, if you have a friend, a buddy, a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, whatever, shoot that over to them. Tell them, hey, come on in. We've got plenty of great players, some pretty solid coaches, and we really just want to do this to you guys every donation, every cheer, every subscription, all that goes right back to you guys for some giveaways and just really a good old time. So that's gonna wrap it up for me, man.
All right, I don't have anything left to say. We're going to see you guys on our next match. It's going to be great. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.